The way lies ahead. All I need to do is traverse through the rail. Or I could wait here and press the plus button to upgrade my gear. I've got 320 eggs. Ink capacity, blast radius. I'll take the blast radius. Oh wait, no, hold on. I forgot. I can just pay to unlock other bomb types. Wait, I can do both. Better bombs, and also burst bomb. Gonna save up the rest. Switch bombs with the D-pad. So, Splat Bomb is the triangular one. It's the classic. It's a one-hit KO if they're in the main blast radius. If you're on the fringe of the radius, you won't take full damage and die, but, yeah, it's a pretty reliable kill weapon if you can land it. And then the Burst Bomb, on the other hand, does not do nearly as much damage, but you don't have any detonation time. It's just upon impact. And it doesn't use as much ink. So it's great for, like, inking a wall really quickly. Or for getting some chip damage in on someone. Possibly finishing them off after a main attack. And so I'll put it to good use against the Octarian Menace. Whee! See, inking walls really quickly. Although I can't fight the boss yet, I need more Zapfish. 6 in fact. This basin is suspicious. Ooh, blue. Always check behind you. Although I don't think they actually... I don't remember offhand if there's ever a level where they hide something directly behind the starting line, but, you know, it's just good practice in a video game in general. That sponge block sure should slow them down. Oh, right, I set the burst bombs. Burst bomb, finish you off. Checkpoint. I believe that the sun can scroll down there, but we have to actually be on that platform first. So we'll just proceed. Now, I made a reference to these sponge blocks in the skit that announced this series. It was pretty subtle. But, you know, the main live action part of the skit was filmed in the pool. And my justification, since, you know, Inklings hate water and kind of instantly die in it, my justification was that some Octarian got the idea to start a naval force, and that Agent 3 had to go to the real world to, you know, take care of it. So I was real world Agent 3 in that scenario, and the Octarian wouldn't be able to touch water, but it could ride on a sponge platform in the pool. So if you look at that trailer, you'll see that my little Octarian guy, which isn't really an Octarian piece of merch, it's just something standing in for it. But it's on a sponge block. As in an actual car sponge. Okay. Do you think less gamers look up or backwards? Probably up. I think a lot of gamers, if we're talking like real gamer people, then they're probably trained to look backwards. What I'm going to do is bait these guys to shoot the sponge block. As the enemy ink will make it decrease. And then we can phase through and get that. So I like that the way they hit this one is by reversing the main mechanic. Like, hey, you gotta fill up the sponge block to proceed in the level, but you gotta let the enemy drink it to get the secret. Now, what would ink be instead of a naval force? I mean, my first thought is that ink would still be a naval force because it would be sailing on a body of liquid. It just wouldn't be water. never saw me coming. Except for the little bit when he saw me coming. Alright. You there. Prepare to die. Prepare to... There he goes, now he's dead. More fun when they're dead. Do. Why would I want to shoot you, though? The terrifying biology of the Inkling. Strength can leap up to 5 feet. Brain, simple and predatory. Bones, none. Eyes, can spot prey from 100 yards away. Defense, high pressure, high capacity ink sac. I like how the Octarians learn about Inkling anatomy. It's neat. What's with the giant eyeball? I guess it's a zoom into the eyeball. To be like, look at this Inkling's eye, it can see things. I mean, we can see a good bit. But I don't remember the science offhand. Continuing along, I'll just check up here. Must inspect all the ramps. Okay, it was... So when I was playing the game and trying to do the levels in numerical order the first time, because I just felt like doing them in numerical order, it was so weird to me how level 4 was up here at the top of that ramp, and level 5 was at the bottom of the ramp in that basin. You're so much more likely to find level 5 first. Hey, YouTube audience, if you see a weird cut here, it's because I had to edit this together after the stream completely died. But you're getting this level one way or another. I mean, if it was just the stream that died, then I would have the local recording for that, but... when the stream died, like, the entire El Gato thing had frozen, so the local recording would not have been salvageable. Wait, now it looks like I'm dropping frames again. I could be wrong. But, miss. Die, you fools. So as I was originally saying in this level, which by the way has a really good backing track, probably one of the best in Splatoon 1's campaign. As I was saying before, level 5 at TGS was not great, because we didn't get so much as a date. I expected a date, we did not get a date. I don't know why they haven't given us a date, or at least said, we're delaying this to next year. A few early on, but it's been much better since, like, level 3. No, I didn't watch the Foam Stars thing. I know there was a Foam Stars thing, but I didn't watch it. Alright, Sunken Scroll for this level, which you'll see I already obtained from my original run. It was up here. Right next to the level exit, actually. Alright, we made it to the end of the level on recording. I'm so happy now. Yeah, you know what was surprisingly not the worst thing at TGS? Was Capcom. Now, I thought that was a kettle, but it was just a regular old bump. Well, because Capcom's E3 presentations aren't always the greatest to sit through. And, like, you go into those knowing that it's just gonna be more looks at existing titles that we already knew about, but somehow their delivery just falls a little flat. Oh, right, these levels. Guys, it's a multiplayer map in a single-player campaign. Octo lanes ahead. Yeah, so they didn't announce a new title at TGS. But what they did do, they gave a pretty big look at Dragon's Dogma 2. And I don't know about picking up that game myself, but they did a good job showing it. I gotta give them credit there. It's probably the largest trailer they've done for the game. And they showed some cool stuff. Oh, I got killed. This lane right here is really good if you have the Seekers unlocked on your bomb, but I haven't chosen to unlock those yet. So I'll just settle for trapping them in with the burst bomb. That other guy jumping in what got me the last time. Oh, and they're trying to bomb me. So yeah, Dragon's Dogma looked good. And then they unveiled a bunch of features for the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. And, if you didn't see, one of them is a full-on... You know how they have an art gallery and a music gallery in some games as extras? And those are there, mind you. Those are there, but they actually showed another feature that is it's another type of gallery, and it's not just the music gallery or the whatever. Is DGS the Great Ace Attorney? Because they're not redoing the whole soundtrack, but what they are doing... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're carrying over the original soundtrack. But what they are doing is in the music gallery alongside the original tracks, they are going to have... Yeah, some of the orchestra songs that they have done at the Ace Attorney concerts are going to be in the music gallery. So you could pop those in and listen whenever. I mean, it's easy enough to find them on YouTube to listen whenever, but you know, official release in a game. There's the Sunken Scroll. Oh, I have a special. Now you're dead. Now you're dead. Man, that lasts a long time. Anyway, the third and the very important gallery is the animation gallery. I put an animation gallery into the game, and what you can do is you can toggle between the character's individual animations and backgrounds. And you can mix and match. So I got the example they showed is that one case has a whale in it. That's actually a DLC case from one of the 3DS games. And so they just put that whale in a random place where the whale could not possibly be, because it was, you know, a land location, not the water. Also, we can admire Paradise Lost by Octo Valley. Didn't think you'd say the Garden of Eden, but there it is.